In this day and age of PayPal, Apple Pay, credit cards, question is, should businesses be forced to take your cash? As our own Monica Guy reports, New Jersey says yes, and New York City not far behind.
Bill, a lot of people don't carry cash anymore, and for those who do, they can find it hard to find a shopkeeper who's willing to take their money.
I work in Hoboken, and there's quite a few places there that are no cash, only accept credit cards, or they have those payment apps nowadays that you can use.
A lot of restaurants are credit only because they can swipe you through fast.
It's now a crime in New Jersey for a business to refuse to take cash. Supporters of the new law say it protects cash customers from discrimination under the Consumer Fraud Act. New York City consumers could soon have the same protections. A similar proposal is before the city council there. I spoke with a shopkeeper in Maplewood, New Jersey, who said while she can't understand why a business would turn away anybody's money, she did say it might be a little more complicated than most people would think to accept cash payments.
The only reason why I could think a small business owner would not accept cash is because of the logistic reasons. So not having to have a cash register on hand and just accepting, little slideys from things like this.
Bill, I don't typically carry cash for a lot of reasons, and I wondered if I was alone.
If it's just a small amount, I'll pay cash. I usually use credit cards because I get airline points.
The law does not apply to car rental companies, online businesses, or those who take payments over the phone. The penalty for retailers who refuse to accept cash payments goes all the way up to $5,000, and it could also be considered a violation of the Consumer Fraud Act. Reporting for Chasing News, I'm Monica Guy. Bill?
Thanks, Monica. All right, let's bring back tonight's A-plus panel. Jeanette, I'm going to start with you. It seems to me that the only people impacted by laws like this, forgetting the consumer for a moment, are small retail shops that comprise our Main Street. It obviously is not going to affect any online retailer.
You're right, Bill, and it drives me crazy when politicians try and micromanage businesses. There is a reason why businesses find it's better not to use cash, because in many cases it's safer, it's faster, and it's more convenient. So what politicians are doing is they're hurting the very small businesses that consist of Main Street America.
Listen, the United States currency, the dollar bill, right, is the currency of this land. And to say now that we're not going to recognize that, right, or we're not going to allow that paper version of that to be recognized in stores, I think is troubling. That's why government jumps in. These small businesses, for a time, technology is starting to help on that, but have been preyed upon by these credit card companies with usury type rates for the ability to access the system. So I think having the ability
to They have the choice
right?
To use credit cards or go to cash. In some businesses say cash only.
But for a consumer not to have the choice now to come in with a pocket full of cash and say, well, we don't accept that here. Why? Why? The United States government has given me this currency. Why can't I use it here?
Because businesses have found a better way to do it. And that is their choice as businesses of how to operate their company.
All right, let's leave it there. Let's check in with meteorologist Dan Zarrow. Dan, still a little chilly. How are we looking rest of the week?